Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another banging video, baby. So, if you're new, you guys know the do. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and join the family. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and help your girl out. Now, guys, in this video, we'll be reacting to Candace Owens saying that she has read the Justin Baldoni and Blakelively lawsuit in its entirety, and as such, she's ready to talk about it. Even though she has been talking about it, we're going to share some other clips in other upcoming video, but this specific video, in this particular video, we're going to talk about what Candace Owens is sharing with us, that she has uncovered that Blakelively fell in love with Justin Baldoni while working with him on the set of It Ends With Us. Ryan Reynolds has figured that out, and as such, Ryan Reynolds is the one that is orchestrating the lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, and he's saying that Justin Baldoni has actually harassed Blakelively when that's not the case. It is just Ryan Reynolds being that ticking time bomb, controlling of a husband, and he's retaliating in this manner. So Blakelively is not the problem. The problem is her husband, Ryan Reynolds, but Ryan Reynolds is acting through Blakelively. So if you're not looking at the details and the play-by-play, you would automatically think that it is Blakelively who's the problem. No, it is not her. It is her controlling husband, Ryan Reynolds, as per Candace Owens. So let's take a look at this clip together, shall we? And then I'll get back with the rest of my commentary.
And I promise I'm done. So I decided to take some time to actually deeply read through Justin Baldoni's lawsuit against Blakelively and Ryan Reynolds. And it just further cemented everything that I had found out, and realizing that everything we're reading, it's not a lawsuit. I want you guys to know that we are not observing publicly back and forth a lawsuit. What we are observing is essentially a ticking time bomb, a timer on Ryan Reynolds' ego. This is the entire thing is being driven by Ryan Reynolds. This is not even, before I was like, this is like Blakelively trying to Me Too. My viewpoint is Blakelively has nothing to do with what is happening. Her husband has come undone. And there's so much that I want to say here, because I'm very disturbed by it. Like, first and foremost, what's now becoming very clear to me is that Blakelively developed some feelings for Justin Baldoni on set. Has happened to her. She has, been in love with Penn Badgley from, Gossip Girl. Then she got with Ryan Reynolds. All these people, they're on set, and their job is to sell that they're falling in love. And a lot of times, as we see with actors and actresses, it actually happens. And there's no question in my mind that Blakelively caught real feelings for Justin Baldoni. That comes across when you read his filings and you see how easily he disputes all of her narratives. And the thing is, why I say this is not a real lawsuit, and Ryan Reynolds knows this, is because he's got everything on camera, okay? There's even one part of the lawsuit where he says, this whole idea is like a sexual harassment. She invited him to her penthouse, and he was holding her baby. The guy that sexually harassed, you're not having him to your house and letting him hold your kids. This is 10 times worse than the Amber Heard lawsuit. It will be 10 times worse for Blakelively if she is meant to hit this stand. And what alarms me, and this is quite ironic, it's like a dark irony here, is this film is about domestic abuse. What is happening now, in my view, is Ryan Reynolds is now abusing his wife. This is like litigation abuse. He is trying to inflict pain. Again, this is my perspective, pain and punishment, because he has come undone, realizing that she had some sort of an emotional affair with Justin Baldoni. I mean, the way this lawsuit describes is they were writing into the night together. She was laughing until she was crying. And again, he's got this on camera. The way that he just dropped that scene on camera So Ryan knows that there is videographic evidence, that there's photographic evidence, that basically everything that's being claimed here is easily disputed. Like, I haven't read such an open and shut lawsuit since I read and reviewed on my show before it was popular, and I was like, Diddy's going to get arrested, because this person is not just filing a meaningless lawsuit, he's got photographic and video evidence. And like I said, I sensed it in Brian Friedman's language. And the fact that Ryan is now trying to get a gag order as opposed to ending the lawsuit means that he has not yet come to terms with his ego. That's scary. That's narcissism, right? Like, that is not a relationship you want to be in, because he's basically saying, I will burn down my entire house. I will burn down your career, and I will burn down my career. And I will also inflict pain upon our children, who are gonna, like, this is public, right? All for the sake of what? He can't win it. This is an unwinnable lawsuit. The biggest loser in all this, by the way, is the New York Times. Like, how stupid. I mean, it must have been a phone call. They have to settle this. There's no way that he lost things. Justin Baldoni has real damages. They avoided every fact. That means they gave Justin Baldoni hours to respond, and yet he had film that could have disputed, and they didn't give him the time to produce that. They hit send on it because they were doing someone a favor, okay? And my instinct there is, like, I've heard Taylor Swift's, like, person behind the scenes is a woman named Tree, and she can make anything happen. And so the purpose of that New York Times piece was to inflict real pain and humiliation on Justin Baldoni. It was not to get to the truth. It was not to tell a story. It wasn't to break any news. This was doing someone a solid behind the scenes to make sure that Justin Baldoni could never work in Hollywood again. That person was Ryan Reynolds, okay? I am very concerned for the circumstance that Blakelively is in. And I am not a Blakelively fan. I think this snowballed and it spiraled, and she basically just had to let her husband, whatever it was that he saw, and he finally caught on to this quote unquote emotional affair. Again, I'm giving my opinion, having now read the documents. It sent him into a kind of rage that, like I said, it's like, figuratively, I'll kill everything in this house, and I don't care, because all I care about is harming Justin Baldoni, as opposed to maybe trying to work through whatever it was in your relationship that made her susceptible to catching feelings for Justin Baldoni, because that's what happened here. She caught feelings for this. She was never, in my view, sexually harassed. None of this happened, and they were getting close. That's what happened, and Ryan flipped a switch. And so I'm not even sure now that these messages that came from Blake's phone were written by Blake. Like, I am now really honing in on the fact that Ryan is mentally unwell. Like, I fully believe that Ryan Reynolds is in a really dark place right now. And again, the most disturbing part of this is not that he tried to do it. Like, okay, you get into a rage, you want to destroy this guy, and you think you win. Then you find out that you're not going to win at all, right? He's read, like I have read through this complaint, he knows there's evidence. He knows this is going to be worse than Amber Heard. Why are you keeping this going? Okay? Are you really going to allow your wife to keep going through this hurt publicly? Are you going to make her sit on the stand and get proven to be a liar for revenge? Like, do you think that this is like how you get the girl in the end? Like, humiliating he's humiliating Blakelively right now. This is humiliating. So no matter what she did, whatever he caught, whatever he saw, maybe he had a right to be upset. He did not have a right to do this, okay? What we thought was a case of, like, #MeToo, a woman making up allegations, is actually looking like a case of a man making up allegations because he's plainly insecure and he is angry in a way that I couldn't be in that relationship. And I'm not wishing divorce on them. I'm saying that, like, if a divorce happens with them, I would not be shocked, because, like I said, the fact that he's keeping this going is, this is not a man who loves you. Like, this is not a man who loves you. You work through this stuff privately. You don't do this. He's on a war path against Justin Baldoni, and he can't win it. He cannot win this, okay? Because the only way he could win this is if he just had more money and could drag this out and but no, he doesn't, okay? Sarowitz has more money. Sarowitz is the guy who owns half of Wayfair or owns Wayfair Studios, whatever it is, with Justin Baldoni. And now he's got an itch. And he's just he has righteous indignation and the money to see it through. So, I think the reason he filed for the gag order, which has been, it's been publicized that Ryan was a motivating thing, is because the next step, as Brian Friedman illustrated, was that they were going to put together a website with all of the messages between Blakelively and Justin Baldoni. And this was going to be the moment that the public became aware of some sort of an emotional affair here. It was going to become very clear that this was not anything other than flirty messages. It was going to become something else. And Ryan was going to be caught with his pants down. So he tried to temporarily halt that. But this has gone on long enough. This is I don't know how a man can do this to his wife. Like I said, this is not love. This is not a relationship that you want to be in. And again, there is some deep, sinister irony here that this entire film is about domestic abuse. And I do want to say this, to every Hollywood A-lister that came out and just said, I believe women, and didn't even give this man an opportunity to clear his name. Okay, you better meet it with the same energy now. The lawsuit's out there. You can see the evidence. You can find out now that this was Ryan Reynolds, an enraged man. And if you truly believe in defending women, then you should take the opportunity to do that right now and speak out against what Ryan Reynolds is doing. Because it ain't Justin Baldoni that she's afraid of, in my view. Okay, she's letting her husband do this. Maybe she thinks it's her punishment, that she deserves this for engaging with Smush. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to say that I am disgusted with Ryan Reynolds. I am ugh, the ick. I will never look at him the same. I never was a Ryan Reynolds fan per se, because I don't like that kind of humor where there's a bubbling anger. But this, to do this to your wife, it's crazy. You guys should read the full thing. The lies, the amount of lies that he has it on film. It was it's no the portion where it's he says she looked hot when she was in a onesie. No, he said it was hot. It was the temperature was hot. This is just, it's gonna be bad. And so every hour, every minute, every second that ticks by, that Ryan Reynolds does not call uncle. If they're going to save face, come out. The only way they're going to be able to salvage anything is just be humans. You know what I mean? To come out and be look, I thought I was losing my wife. I went into a blind rage of anger. I'm checking myself into rehab for anger management. I can't believe what I've done. I've apologized to Justin in this. I'm that's the only way. And still, it's still going to be ooh, but you have that in you. I don't really know if I want to watch another Deadpool film again, not knowing who you're attacking as a character. That's the only path forward for this couple, is just a full dress down, being honest and raw in a way that we've never seen you, completely humbling yourself and apologizing. This has gone so far, and I don't think, given the fact that this is still going on, that Ryan has that in him, because he filed the gag order as opposed to filing the I'm calling uncle, I'm sorry I did this. It's bad. It's bad. So that's my opinion. This was a Blakelively feeling something for Justin Baldoni, and what we are just watching right now is a husband who is using litigation abuse to get back at his wife and to get back at the guy who he thought he was going to just A-list out of Hollywood. And I think now Ryan is probably done with Hollywood. When all this is said and done, it ends with Ryan's career down the drain, and hopefully I think Blake's career is done too, because she went along with it, but maybe she can play the abused wife, and I just had to do what I had to do and let him file the lawsuit. I don't know, guys. Anyways, can't wait to see your thoughts.
So guys, there you have it. And also, as a reminder, providing that you have been keeping up, the New York Times investigation also uncovered that Ryan Reynolds was likely the one behind the messages purportedly from Blakelively in the Justin Baldoni's lawsuit. So now that Candace Owens is saying that, she believes Ryan Reynolds is the mastermind behind those messages, she's not the only one. Now, if you all remember how this started out, was that Blakelively said she figured something was wrong. She filed a discovery in order for the text messages to be revealed from Justin Baldoni, and it found that Justin Baldoni hired a PR team to ruin Blakelively's image and reputation. And when it is said that Blakelively had uncovered that bit of information, she went ahead and pursued with the lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. Then after that, quite a few PR teams and companies have been cutting ties with Justin Baldoni. Justin Baldoni had his advocacy award for women rescinded. Justin Baldoni realized that so much was at stake for him and he had to do something to protect himself. So he fired back with a lawsuit. They did a little investigation and they uncovered that Ryan Reynolds, Blakelively's husband, was the mastermind behind a lot of the orchestrated text messages. And as Candace Owens is saying, she's saying that Ryan Reynolds is punishing Blakelively because she had a little crush on Justin Baldoni. All this time people thought that it was Blakelively sending those messages. And this is what we talk about in Hollywood. These celebrities, they hide behind each other and they do these little dirty deeds. And this situation, one movie from a book, is basically exposing Hollywood. It's not just exposing Ryan Reynolds, Blakelively, Justin Baldoni. This is a culture of Hollywood. Now also, we've heard that, Ryan Reynolds has always been this controlling. So Candace Owens is now saying that this is a form of domestic abuse. And if you think about it, it literally really is. He's punishing Blake for being a human being instead of having a discussion with her, apologizing to Justin Baldoni, and getting therapy. He's not going to do that. His ego is just way too big for that. But let's see what happens from here going forward. That's all I have to share. Stay safe and see you guys in the comment section. Peace.